Good morning. Time now is 9:35. Just about to come out of Randoms. Got a bit of a morning. Let's just get myself sorted out a minute. We're ready to go. Ready to go. Ready to rock and roll. There we go. Christ. Sardines springs to mind. There's a lot of trucks in. So, a little recap. Truck was in for service last night.
After 1 mile, take the exit 4 M27 towards Winchester.
So I got the truck to get the box off, empty box off, in a container yard near our yard. Just round the corner, got it in there, got the box off, back to the yard. Drop the trailer, because when you go down to the services, when you put the truck in for service at the motor dealer, you don't take the trailer with you because it's just not enough room, and they just don't need the trailer because that's not the bit that's getting serviced. So I dumped the trailer down to the air. They give you a courtesy van, normally with enough diesel in it. And I looked on the diesel clock, and I don't know whether it's right or wrong, but the way I look at it is I don't generally put too much diesel in there.
Exit 4 M27 towards Winchester.
Because they're normally pretty full, to be honest. And
take the exit 4, then take the underway.
I don't know whether that's right or wrong. I don't know. If it was a little independent garage, I'd probably put some diesel in it. But it's not. And they make a lot of money out of us, so a little bit of diesel don't hurt. But every now and again I'll put some in. So I thought, we'll see how it goes. Got back home. And then I thought there's 150 odd mile in the clock this morning. 150 mile left on the clock, range. Got in this morning, 52 miles. Oh, what? Oh, I better go and put some diesel in there. Go to where I normally thought. I'll go. Oh no, road closed, because the road was closed last night, and it's still bloody closed now for major road works. They're digging the road out, I don't know, drains or something. So I thought, right, I'll go down to the Tesco's then. Don't normally like putting Tesco's in, but it's a courtesy vehicle, so beggars can't be choosers. Go down there, shut. Oh, what? In a Leamington. But this time I'm on fumes. And I don't like chancing it, so I thought, no, I need to put some in. So I put 15 quid in. And that'll do the job. Get to the dealers. My truck's ready, so I'll swap everything over. Get myself sorted out. Back to the yard, hook up to the trailer. Down to the docks. Met Billy Boy. And
after 1.2 miles, keep right.
We crossed paths on numerous occasions. He works for another company. Met him through TikTok. Good lad. And had a chat with him while we were waiting for our boxes. And I was quite next to him. Weird, isn't it? And oh yeah, this morning got out. Oh yeah, missed a bit out. Got up this morning, I go and get a shower, be nice, get a shower before I go. So I'm there, wash my hair, like you do. And we've got the waste trap. It's an odd design. It can be completely out. I don't think there's enough run on the pipe to drain the water off.
After half a mile, keep right.
Yeah, I think that's it. It doesn't drain very well, but if you take the plug out and the waste trap out, the chrome fitting over the top, and the actual waste trap, water flows brilliantly. So I can't quite fathom that out. I might drill some more holes in the waste trap. That might be an idea. So anyway, I put some conditioner in my hair because I've got long hair, so I like to keep it a bit conditioned, you know. I'm in touch with my feminine side. So I'm conditioning my hair. And I think, oh no, the water, I need to pull the waste trap up because the water, you know,
Follow M3.
it's got a very narrow lip on it. It's a low profile shower trap with a very narrow lip. Now, I didn't want to flood the bathroom because I make a mess as it is. So I bent down, and as I bent down, my both feet went from underneath me. I went down like a sack of shit. And my arm got wrapped round the shower because it's up on a slider thing. Slider? That sounded proper pirate then. Up on a slider, and my arm got caught round that. You should see the fucking bruise on my arm. It looks like I've been fucking eaten by a shark. And I went down like a sack of shit, and I thought I'd pulled that off the wall. I was convinced that was going to come off, but obviously it didn't. So I was like, oh, that's all right then. Got back up, clanking about. My arm was fucking hurting, and both toes. That sounds like I've only got fucking two. Both feet, my little toes were hurting where I'd bent them over. And then so I rinsed myself off, sorted myself out. Gorgeous Kira coming. What are you doing? Oh, I'm having a nightmare. So I get out, dry myself off. Then I look at the fucking, there's water all over the floor. I was like, oh, well, how did that happen? And I looked a bit closer, and I'd totally demolished the shower glass on one side. We got a walk-in shower, and I'd pushed it right off the side. Obviously all the water was coming down and cascading straight onto the floor. So I managed to push that back onto the lip of the shower tray and connect the top bit up. So my right arm, I must take a photograph because it's going to bruise up really nicely. It looks like, if you've ever been tangled up with a shower hose, don't do it. It looks like you've been attacked by a shark. Quite amazing. Mobile speed camera alert. What, along here? How are you going to speed along here? It's not a mobile speed camera alert either. It's not a speed camera. Yeah, so that happened, and then I got back to the yard after picking my truck up, hooked up, come down the docks, spoke to Billy Boy. Not to be confused with Billy the dog. Now, I need to start this. I need to do a little special intro for Billy. This is Billy the dog, not Billy Boy. Billy the dog. And I find this incredibly cute, by the way. I think this is just brilliant. Billy the dog recognises, you know, at the start of all my videos, it's the same piece of music that plays, right? And a little while ago, I thought, I'll change that, because it's getting, I'll play it all the time, I'll change it, but I'm not going to, I can't, how can I? Because Billy the dog recognises when his owner, JR, when his owner, JR, puts on, because he plays YouTube for his telly, because he's posh like, he doesn't sit looking at a 2-inch screen on his phone, he's proper got it all wired up, proper posh. So, he probably went to I reckon you must have gone to a proper school as well. Oh, JR. That's like saying my own name, because people know me back in Shaftesbury as JR. I'm calling someone else JR. I've never met another JR. So JR to JR. So anyway, Billy the dog, who's a strapping Alsatian, recognises the music and immediately jumps up onto the sofa, curls up on the ball, and promptly goes to sleep. Now I know that will have effect on most people, because I have the same effect when I watch my own stuff. So I know it sends you to sleep, but he knows that he's not going to be disturbed for anything between half an hour and an hour, and he loves it. So I think that's brilliant. You know, I always say if I can put a smile on someone's face, then my job is done. I've made a dog go to sleep. That's my new claim to fame. It's like dog whispering, but subliminally. Brilliant. And I take just as much pleasure out of that the fact that I've been able to achieve that without even knowing it. Because most of the time I like animals better than I like humans, so it's double pleasure for me. Even if I am making him go to sleep. I wonder if his ears have pricked up. Billy! Billy! Sorry, Joe. Train wheels. Yeah, so we're off to, I've got a box on, 40 footer, not heavy. Going to Milton Keynes, to a place that I've been, I've lost count how many times I've been there now. It's a regular anyway. And there, back down the road. Not sure, I might be having a day off tomorrow, I don't know yet. Up in the air, let's see what happens. Kira's off again tomorrow, so yeah, it suits me. If it didn't suit me, I wouldn't do it. Because, you know, it's not, no one's forcing a gun to my head and saying you're not working tomorrow. It's that my choice. So if it suits me, I'll do it. You know, do them a favour, they do me a favour. It worked out when I did it the other day. I said, yeah, you do that for me, and I ended up making more money by doing that way and working on a Sunday than I did if I'd done a normal day's work. So yeah, I'm happy with that. So as you can tell, M3 going up to Milton Keynes. I'm not doing the M3, M25. I don't want to get tangled up in the M25, even though it's later on in the morning. I just, it's just rubbish, isn't it? Got plenty of time. So I might even stop for a bite to eat on the way up. We'll see how it goes. Let's see how it goes. In the meantime, I've got coffee and a breakfast biscuit. That'll keep me going. Like, what's this guy in this BMW going to do? You're going to accelerate, or you're just going to sit at the same speed as me and run out of time? There you go. Go on in. Go on in. Yeah, that's it. Right foot. Put it down. There you go. That's a sensible thing. Well done. Thought they were just going to sit at the same speed as me. I didn't want to get up this morning. I wasn't particularly late to bed last night. Well, I was. So I was home, and if I'd have been in the truck, I'd have been in bed by 7:30, 8 o'clock. As it was nearer 10 o'clock last night, 10:30. Which for me, when you get up at 3 o'clock every day or earlier, 10 o'clock at night is quite late. So when the alarm went off at 5 this morning, I really didn't want to get up. And then I threw myself around in the shower. Damaged my arm. That wasn't, you know, it was a bit of a rude awakening first thing in the morning. I didn't need that.
After 1.2 miles, take the exit 9E05 towards Newbury.
And then I had a good chat with Billy Boy, not Billy the dog, Billy Boy, down on the docks. And he works for a company that I looked at a little while back. probably about 2 years ago now. And I spoke to the owner. And they just couldn't get, we were just too far adrift on money. But I said, oh look, we're good pairs. But you know, there's no, the days of being loyal to a company, I think, are
After half a mile, take the exit 9E05 towards Newbury, then cross the roundabout and take the second exit A34.
Whoa. That'll all come to a bit of a stop rather rapidly then. What was I saying?
Take the exit 9E05 towards Newbury, then cross the roundabout and take the second exit A34.
Yeah. Well, I'm glad I had a little bit of weight on. It's one of those things where if you're too heavy, you'd struggle to stop. But if you're really light, you struggle to stop because your wheels are just potential to lock up. Even though we've got ABS, it doesn't mean that you're not going to get the jitters. Or the trailer might lock.
After a quarter of a mile, cross the roundabout and take the second exit A34 towards Newbury.
Oh yeah, little run to little run to Milton Keynes and then back down to Southampton. Not due in till 12:30. Saying I'm going to be there about 12.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit A34 towards Newbury.
Spinning out.
Take the exit Winchester bypass.
Bit of one. Right. Northbound. Should be all set for an easy day. Famous last words, isn't it?
After 3/4 of a mile, keep left.
Ah, yawning, bloody hell. Right. Let's go trucking. Up the A34. No sun today, so a bit dull and overcast, but
After half a mile, keep left.
it's not raining. Right, come on, let's go. So we're being held back here at the moment, 40 mile an hour. Hop up. Right,
Keep left.
I'm keeping left. Right, I'm gonna eat a biscuit. I'll speak.
A34 towards Newbury for 28 miles.
Yeah, we'll do that. Speak to you later. Hello. Not quite sure what's going on here. Maybe nothing. No idea. Anyway, I got. It reminded me earlier. I was talking about Billy the Alsatian, and that reminded me of a story. And I thought I must get round to telling it. I don't know whether I've told the story or not. I must get round to telling that story. And then, probably about 10 minutes ago, you know, like truckers have nameplates in the windows. Well, I saw a name, but it's coincided with the story, and I thought it's like a coincidence, but it's almost like, oh yeah, the stars have aligned. I must tell the story. And I don't know whether I told the story or not. If I did, it was quite a while ago. A good few years back, when I lived up in Scotland, I used to debt collect. I used to work for a family. I did 2 years where I was a debt collector. I like to call it commercial debt. I'm not entirely sure that it was 100% kosher, but let's just gloss over that fact for now. Anyway, I checked this. I had an address for someone that owed some money, and it wasn't like owing money for a washing machine or something like that. It wasn't like that, you know. It was a bit more serious. We were sort of, yeah. Anyway, it wasn't like that. So I checked out this address a couple of times, and there'd obviously been nobody in, and I hadn't bothered knocking on the door. And you always check out when you're looking at places. You always check them out. You've got to make sure that things like if you need to make a quick exit, you're not going to jump in your car, floor it, and drive into a dead end. Do you know what I mean? You need to be sure that you're facing the right way and you know where all your exit points are. Keep yourself safe. You know, these people that owed money, they weren't like regular Joes, if you get me drift. And so I'd scoped the place out a few times, and you always know a place might be a bit iffy if they've got if they've got wrought iron security grills over the front door. Do you know? Yeah. So anyway, this place had all the markings of being someone that didn't like people knocking on their door. So anyway, I went there one day and I thought, I think there's somebody in, because the wrought iron security door was open. So the front door was shut, but that was open. So I got the car facing the right way.
After half a mile, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, M40. Then take the motorway.
And they had like brick wall to about 4 foot, and then wrought iron railings all the way around up to about 7-8 foot with, you know, the ornate spikes on the top. Big gate, which was open, I found. So I thought, brilliant. It was only they only had a small front garden, and it was only about, I don't know, 10-15 steps up to 3 or 4 steps that you had 10 like paces, and then there was 3 or 4 steps up to the front door. So when you knock on the door, you never stand on the top step, always walk back down again, so you're non-confrontational, you're away, because if they come out and barrel at you, they're going to push you down the steps. All you're doing is going to go backwards and you end up on your arse, so you don't want that to happen.
Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit, M40, then take the motorway.
So I gave the door a good tap, immediately stepped back down, and as I realised that the door wasn't on the latch. because the door sort of slowly swung open with a bit of a creak, which was a bit eerie. I remember it vividly. Now I learned something very important this day, which put me in good stead for the you know, for the future, and it is a tip worth knowing actually. But I'll come on to that in a minute. So the door, with a little bit of a creak, not noticeable, not like Scooby-Doo creak, but you know, opens. So I've stepped back down off the steps, so I'm about head height, I'm about 1.5 feet, I'm like shoulder height I suppose, with the flooring. It's a long hallway I'm looking down, and out of one of the far rooms steps this big hairy Alsatian, and it didn't look that cuddly, do you know what I mean? And it looked at me and I was looking at him and he was looking at me and I was sort of looking back at him and I was thinking, he's either going to come and lick me to death or he's going to chew my arm off. I was edged back a couple of paces, which is
for 5 miles.
Which is when it started growling at me. And I thought, now's the time to make the decision whether to move slowly or move rather rapidly. So a quick glance round to my right, just to make sure of my footing. And that's when I noticed, and this is the lesson in all of this, all the chewed up footballs in the front of the garden. There must have been about half a dozen of them, all chewed like bits of plastic, and so you've got the idea of what this dog is capable of. So I stepped back again and the dog's still growling. And it obviously, at this stage, something triggers in his head and goes, you shouldn't be here. I'm going to come and chew you. Now I can only say, thank God they had laminate flooring, because this dog was like, it was like a cartoon. You know when they sort of scrabble but they can't get any traction, and the legs were going but he wasn't going anywhere. And at that precise moment was when the woman shouted out, Reaper! And that happened to be the nameplate on the truck that I just saw, which reminded me again of the story. And he shouts out, Reaper! Now, the other thing that crossed my mind there was, why would you call your dog Reaper? This is the sort of people I was dealing with. And at this point, I thought before he does gain any traction, I'm going to make a beeline for that gate, which I did successfully, thankfully. And she just managed, this woman managed to grab hold of his collar and stop him from hurling himself out through the front door. Thankfully, I was on the pavement by this time, with the gate firmly shut. And we exchanged a few words, like you would do. She wasn't very pleasant. In fact, she was quite nasty. I thought there's no need for that. I could have been like a milkman. And I left. But it just reminded me of this dog being, and looking back on it, it was quite funny. Not at the time. I was on Coke Brown. In fact, I might have been slightly more than Coke Brown, because it was a bit of a formidable sight seeing this thing trying to hurl itself at me, but not getting no traction, thankfully. But yeah, I saw the nameplate in somebody's truck window, and then I put two and two together with the Billy the dog that I was talking about earlier, and I thought, I must tell that story. I did catch up with him at a later date, the person. And it ended well for me. So, yeah. Happy ending. For me. But yeah, it just reminded me of this dog called Reaper. Who calls their dog Reaper? Yeah. Bad old days. Bad old days. Anyway, that was all I've got to say really. Just a little bit of my past. Colourful, to say the least. That's what makes you who you are.
After 1.2 miles, take the exit 10 towards Northampton.
So like the good lady said there, I'm coming off at this junction and we're heading across A43 for a couple of roundabouts, hanging a right straight towards Milton Keynes. Different place than yesterday. I think I've already said that. So I was here yesterday. Milton Keynes. Got a million miles away, only. Wow, that's probably less than a mile from where I took yesterday. But yeah, back here again. Overcast and gloomy.
After half a mile, take the exit 10 towards Northampton.
Oh, the other thing I was going to say is you may start to see some adverts appear on the videos. In fact, no doubt you will.
Take the exit 10.
Can't do nothing about it. It's YouTube. It's a YouTube thing. Well, I don't think. I have been able to do something. What I've done is that I've been able to make. If you want to watch the video, by all means, watch the.
Go right on the roundabout and take the second exit, A43, towards Milton Keynes. Then keep left.
If you watch the advert, by all means, watch the advert, but you can click off them. So you know, I earn pennies, and I do mean pennies, from you watching an advert. So that's how it works.
Go right on the roundabout and take the second exit. Then keep left.
But I don't have a great, you know, YouTube's a wonderful thing, but they do hold all the playing cards. They hold all the aces. So yeah, you're bound to see a few more adverts, as you do on most YouTube channels these days. But yeah, it's just one of those things, isn't it? You either skip them or you watch them. Simple as. That's the way it is.
After 300 feet, keep left.
Oh my word.
Keep left.
Keeping left. Keeping left. Keeping left. Where's he from? Turkey, I think. Yeah, Turkey. It's a long way from home on a Thursday. He won't be foot down Friday. He won't be getting home to Turkey, will he?
After half a mile, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A43.
Nice and gentle around those roundabouts. I've seen too many trucks tip over around there. Most of them containers. So as you've seen,
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A43.
for all of this before, I shall bid you farewell, I think, once I'm clear of this roundabout.
3 for 3 miles.
Blimey, O'Reilly. What do you say? Who was O'Reilly? Does anyone else say blimey O'Reilly? No. I've got something else to talk about as well, but I'm not going to talk about it now. It's to do with a video that I put up a couple of days ago. And it's more to do with the psychology behind it rather than anything else, and understanding why we do it. But I'm not going to go into it now because I don't want to. It's a separate thing altogether. So I'm not going to rattle on about it now. So I'll bid you farewell. I don't think I've got anything else to say. Have I? I don't know. No, don't think so. Memory's shocking, so there's probably a whole thing. I've got to start writing more stuff down. So as I go along, I think about things. Oh yeah, I need to talk about that. I need to talk about this. I need to talk. And then when I'm going along, I go put the camera on. It's churning away, and I'm going. Can't think of anything. And I know there's things that I want to talk about. Yeah, I can't remember. Got a head full of mints. No, can't think. So I shall speak to you all. Later on. Speak to you later. Hello.
Second exit, A421, Buckingham Road.
Up ahead we've got another type of container trailer. You don't see too many of them about. It's got two like high ab arms.
And take the second exit.
Either end of the trailer, you get a better view of it there, and it straps onto the top of the container. You can lift the containers on and off the trailer, so you can put them down onto the deck, leave them there at the premises, pick them up at a later date. Just coming into Milton Keynes now. We don't have any on our firm, not that I know of. Don't think there's any at Felixstowe. Certainly none at Gateway or down at our end.
After half a mile, cross the roundabout and take the first exit, A421, Standing Way.
You never know what you're going to see in Milton Keynes.
Cross the roundabout and take the first exit, A421, Standing Way.
roundabouts. This bloke overtaking me now. He's been up my arse all the way. Because he's going to get to where he's going about. If we were both going to the same place, he'd probably get there probably about a couple of minutes before me. Tortoise and a hare, remember? Tortoise and a hare.
After half a mile, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A421, standing way.
We're in no rush. We're due in, it's 11:51 now, for about 10 minutes. And not due in till 12:30, so I'll be getting in early. No need to rush. It doesn't do you any good. You know, you're under a bit of pressure. You put yourself under pressure that you don't need to do by driving like that. Stress yourself out. Got to get in front. Got to get in front.
And take the second exit, A421, standing way.
Ooh. Watch out for him. Yeah, it's just take your time. You've got to make progress, but not say sort of like slow down to a snail's pace, but you don't need to drive so fast that you put yourself under pressure and make. That's when the mistakes happen. Doing 45, nearly 45, 48 actually, 48 mile an hour along here. It's the national speed limit. No need to be going any faster, same as the bloke in front, he's good. Kalina's, he's only just got up to the roundabout there. We never know, we'll probably catch him up in a minute.
After 900 feet, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A421, standing way.
Let alone all the extra fuel that he's used by actually putting his foot down and, you know, shit or bust attitude.
And take the second exit.
See this guy here, he takes exactly the same line as I take. Because the lanes are too narrow. To go, you could have gone, you have plenty of time. Straight across to the next one. It's clock tower.
After 900 feet, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A421, standing way. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Yeah, more or less exactly the same line as me. And you got no option but to take up two lanes. Oh, he's going. He must have seen that car come round. Robin. My granddad had one of those. He had one of those, and he also, before he had that one, which was the later model, he had the earlier Del Boy version in blue, and I think he had a green one, like like the van style. Because in those days you could drive one of those on a motorcycle licence, which is all he had at the time, my granddad. Bizarrely. Considering he drove a truck when he was in the army.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
But his licence wasn't valid over here, he only had a motorcycle licence. He had to take his test. I remember him doing it.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
I'm still taking up a bit more space than that lad has. What's going on? BMW. So the trouble is they come so far out, we can't get round. Get over. Both BMW drivers causing us hassle. That black one there. I had to ease off to let him come through because he got so close to me. You're not driving just for yourself, you're driving for everybody else as well. I need to go right here, but there's an ambulance coming up.
Right on the roundabout and take the third exit, A421, Grafton Street.
He's coming through, I'm going over now. Oh!
Turn right on the roundabout
God,
and
he
take
was
the third
sliding
exit.
over. So this is the way I go to where I'm going now. There's lots of different ways you can go. You could carry on going straight up the road and turn right and drop down.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A5.
I go this way because it's the way sat-nav tells me to go.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit. Take the exit, A5. After 1 mile, take the exit of 1146 towards Milton Keynes south and east.
Odeon IMAX. They closed it. We had an IMAX in Bournemouth, and they closed it and pulled it down. I never went into it, but so we come off at the next junction. Bit of an awkward junction to come out of, this one down here. You've got very little visibility to the right, especially in a pulling out in a truck. Not like you can rocket yourself out.
After half a mile, take the exit of 1146 towards Milton Keynes south and east. Then go left on the roundabout and take the first exit towards Milton Keynes east. Take the exit, then go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
Go left at the bottom.
After a quarter of a mile, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit of 1146 towards
going now can either be a 20-minute tip or a 3-hour tip. Who knows?
On the roundabout and take the first exit.
You cannot see. I'm going. Can't see the visibility to the right there. Unfortunately, you can't see it, but the visibility to the right is really poor. Caldicott Lake. So it looks really nice round here. Caldicott Water Sports Centre. They got a ski sort of dome as well, haven't they, down here in Milton Keynes? It's got a lot to be going on with. Right, so I'm
100 feet, cross the roundabout and take the second exit of 1146 Fletcher Way.
I'm going up the road and back round again.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Could go right and then left, but I'm going straight up the road. This roundabout, loop back down on myself and then turn left into the industrial estate over there to my right. Down into there. An easy run up, not too bad at all.
And take the fourth exit.
Get a half-hour break, or hopefully I will while I'm here. If not, we'll get one when we come out. There's parking as I come out, so never an issue. Because it is only a 20-minute.
Turn left.
So there you go. I shall speak to you all later on. Hello. Tipped. Half an hour. Tell a lie. About 45 minutes. 45, 50 minutes. Oh, big bump. Oh.
46 Fletcher Way.
Back to Southampton.
Turn left.
He's all let me out.
After 900 feet, cross the roundabout and take the second exit of 1146 Fletcher Way.
Always sounds like she's got a bit of a lisp. Not that I've got anything against people with a lisp,
Cross the
but
roundabout and take the second exit.
Milton Keynes again. Do I get bored going back to the same places? No, not really. It's not like it's like every day, is it? Same old, same old.
After half a mile, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, A5, towards Buckingham.
Truck to my left now. I hope he doesn't try to come round me because there isn't room. So hopefully he knows the area.
Go right on the roundabout and take the third exit, A5, towards Buckingham.
He's keeping out of my way. Let's see where he's going. He's going off, that's good. It gets bloody tight round there. There's a car trying to come up on the inside of me here. That one. Dickhead. Lunatic.
Take the exit, A5.
I don't know where they think I'm gonna go.
After
Yeah.
1 mile,
Dear.
take the exit, A421, towards Buckingham.
You not only got to drive for yourself, but you got to drive for everyone else as well. It's, you know, it's just. That's the sort of person that's going to come unstuck in a very short space of time and then wonder why he's in hospital with 2 broken legs because the trailer's gone right over the top of him because he's got underneath the trailer.
After half a mile, take the exit, A421, towards Buckingham. Then, go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
Somebody asked the question, how do you not get stressed? And it's how do you not get stressed when driving? Well,
Take the exit, then go right on the roundabout and take the third exit.
everybody's different. But my answer to that is really that
After a quarter of a mile, go
Never
right on
rush.
the roundabout and take the third exit.
Get there when you get there.
421 towards Buckingham.
but dealing with loons like that, you just got to accept that
And take the third exit.
you have to, you know, it happens, and you just got to accept that it happens, and know your rights, know what you can and what you cannot do when you're driving. And the reason he did what he did there, I know exactly the reason why, is because on that roundabout there isn't room for me and another vehicle to get by. So I was well ahead of him and I took up both lanes to get round. Otherwise my trailer would have been up on the curbs.
A421 Grafton Street.
But he took exception to that, thinking that I should have been moved over, but I can't, because I can't. I just literally, the road is not wide enough for me to get an Arctic round there. But he thought otherwise, because he knows, because he's a car driver, and didn't like the fact that I took up 2 lanes. So when I came round that last bit of roundabout there and I was tucked over to the right, he decided to come round me, which only a fool would do, and then cut straight across me because he's an idiot.
After a quarter of a mile, go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
But what can you do in situations like that? You just got to stay there, my friend. Fine beard though, sir. You just got to let him get on with it. At the end of the day, he's the one with the problem, not you.
Go left on the roundabout and take the first exit.
See, what's wrong with today's society is there's too many people think they know what the right thing to do is, when actually they don't. They have no clue. Now, I'm not saying I'm perfect. You all know that. You know that I'm not perfect in any way, shape or form, and I don't admit to be. I never will be.
After 900 feet, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A421, standing way.
And we're all entitled to make mistakes, but if I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't want to get all humpy about it. But the trouble is, like I said, there's too many people that are adamant that they think they're right.
And take the second exit.
And they wouldn't listen to reason even if you tried to explain to them that there's clearly not enough space for you and a lorry to get through there. So why don't you just back off a little bit and let the big old lorry come on through? Because after all, he is ahead of you. Where's he going? See, no idea. Let the big old lorry come on through. He's going to hold you up for all of, let's see, 3 or 4 seconds. Oh dear. I bet he gets home and kicks his cat. You look the twat. So it's 20 past 1. We should be. If I'm back in the yard 3:45, chances are I'll be going to get this box off. Possibly. Who knows? Make a phone call in a minute. See where it's going. I suspect there is no plan.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A421, standing way. Slow traffic on M40, E05. Triple cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Come on then if you want to. You're not really any faster, are you? But I'll let you think that you are. I'll even flash you back in.
After 900 feet, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A421, standing way. Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Ho. Sounds like it's like the name of an Indian reservation. I had some of my chilli for lunch. I was hungry, so I thought, a bit in the fridge, I'll heat it up. Get a drink.
After 900 feet, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A421, standing way. Cross the
going. Oh, he's coming round. Pick a gear. That's the one. Oh, playing games. Come on. Every now and again she'll do that. Funny, I was only talking to the service advisor yesterday about it. Every now and again, and so that was empty. The old Actros used to do that. It was famous for it. But I hadn't really noticed it on here. But just recently, every now and again, she'd struggle to work out exactly what she was supposed to be doing. I need to be in, this is the one I need to be in the right hand lane. No one to my left, that's good. Right. Head on south. Well, you only saw all of this yesterday, so I'm going to leave it there. If I know any more, oh, I can feel the road go there, can't you? if you didn't know that road, that would you'd be on Code Brown, I reckon. It just feels like the road's collapsing beneath you. You're sort of hanging over to the left at a precarious angle. Very strange feeling.
Traffic on M40 E05. Traffic jam ahead between Ardingly and Oxford Road. 2 minutes delay.
2 minutes, I can cope with 2 minutes.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit. Slow traffic on E05. Traffic jam ahead between Oxford Road and Oxford Road. 2 minutes delay.
It's going to take me more than 5 minutes to get there though. Right, burger van's gone. Not that I'm hungry because I haven't been chilly. All the rubbish in there. Jeez. Mingers, speak to you later. Hello. Time now 13:39. We have a plan.
Cross the roundabout and take the first exit, A421, Ditchwick bypass.
Not really the plan I was looking for, but yeah. It was discussed yesterday that maybe I might take the day off tomorrow because they were quiet, but I've got a little job instead. And it is a little job. But it's a nice little run down in Little Hampton. So I'm getting this box off on the docks tonight. And I've got to pick up an empty from my favourite container yard.
The first exit, A421, Ditchwick bypass.
Now I'm going to drive on by there this afternoon, and if it's chock-a-block, I'm not going in. I'll go in I'll go in tomorrow morning. I haven't got to be in Little Hampton till 9, so gives me plenty of time. So we'll see how the docks are, and then see how busy it is in my favourite container yard, and then we'll go from there. So that's it. Either way, down to Littlehampton for 9. It's always a quick load in there. No more hour max. So I'll be out there for 10. I'll be back in Southampton for 12:30 on the docks, maybe for 1 o'clock. Box off. Home for 3. Home for late afternoon. Yeah, that's all right. That'll do me. Easy money at the end of the day, and that's what it's all about. Doing the least amount of work for the most amount of money, and tomorrow is one of those days. So yeah, I'm all right with that. No night out tonight. I'll be in the yard. Hotel Actros will be parked up with a waterside view. Let's see if I can. No, mate, it's gone for it. He's been itching to get by, so. Those space saver tyres on, so at least he's driving sensibly, so you can't grumble at the car driver there. He's doing what he's supposed to do, keeping the speed down, keeping safe.
After half a mile, cross the roundabout and take the second exit, A421.
Straight down to the quay now. Might have to have a brief splash and dash. Suspect I will.
Cross the roundabout and take the second exit.
Top of the driver. Come on then. Here we go. Paused again.
Follow A421 for 4 miles.
Right, so that's the plan. Let's see how much of it actually works. Right, speak to you all later. Here we are. See all the trucks on the right. They're waiting for box off and box on. Plenty of them. But I'm not going there. Going down here a bit into this lane. It's the empty park. Which is nice and quiet. My lucky day. There we go. Going up in here. Should get service straight away. So I've got to just stop in this little turnaround bit and undo my twist locks. So stop here. go and do twist locks. That's the twist locks done. Not quite sure where they want me to go, I can't see her. Go up to the very last one. There's a few other trucks come in. Well, you can see all that scaffolding straight ahead of me. That's where all the fridge units go, the reefers, and then they're plugged into the electrical points, which keeps them at the set temperature. So the reefer units run either off a diesel generator, which is hooked on to the front of the box, or via an electric cable. So whilst on the docks they're plugged in, wired up to the mains. It's just a straightforward electrical cable. You plug it one end in the box and one end in the into the socket on the scaffold there. We don't get involved in that. And then if it's going up the road and it needs to be kept at a certain temperature, they bolt a generator to the front of the box. Here we go, about to get lifted off. See how much he rocks me around. Okay, good to go. We're off. As soon as you get the beep, we're gone. I don't like driving around the docks with my seatbelt on, because if something goes horribly wrong, I want to be able to get out and get out fast. Trying to get a seatbelt off means you're going to get crushed in the cab. Nothing coming, we're out of it, we're out. Okay, down to my favourite container yard. I just got to book out now. Look. I strangled myself with a seatbelt because I had it on. And that's it. Job done. Still got to go for the scanner. There we go. So a little run through the docks. So we're up the top end, we're up the dock gate 20 end at the moment, and we're going down to dock gate 10, but via the docks. We're not going out onto the main road. So I need to be going right, but you can't turn right there, so you've got to go up to the roundabout and loop back down. Pre-gate is on the right. So before I go into this place, I'm going to see if there's much of a queue. I just want to prepare myself. I might just go and sit in it. Yeah, it's only 4:30. I didn't put my card in until 7 o'clock this morning, so plenty of time. Although I wouldn't mind being finished. We might be in and out super quick. Who knows? Who knows? So I got stopped and on the way in by security, and they do a check around the vehicle, open the box up, it's empty, and had a look inside. I didn't have to get out or anything, but they go around and look and check for all sorts. Few straddlers parked up, not many, well there's still a few in there. There's another set of reefers down here, look. There's a little boat over there, and as we come round the corner, this big block of containers that you see straight ahead of you now, that's on a boat. That's a boat there. The ones to the right, that's on a boat. The ones to the left, that's another empty park. A lot of empty boxes. With all these trucks going in and out of here, do you know, there is only one lay-by with room for 2 trucks. That is it. That is it. Nowhere to park up if you need a break. Nowhere to go to the toilet. No facilities. Apart from on pre-gate when you go in, first time you book in. That's it. Nothing. Nowhere to get a cup of tea. Nowhere. It's unbelievable, really. So all the scrap goes on the right. I don't know if you saw all of that. It's looking a bit empty in there. There's the train tracks, no trains, we're good. It's another empty yard there, but it's another container yard. selling stevedores. And all these cars here, they're either import or export. Oh dear. So a load of work on the right being done. JCB all ready for export. Load of them. JCB. Do you know what it stands for? John Charles Bamford. That's the man. So you've got cruise line terminals or cruise parking down here. Cruise liner parking. New cars on the right, and that multi-story is all for new cars, for minis. Well, it used to be, I don't know if it still is. Whole load of trucks ready for export down there. Wow. Blimey, O'Reilly. Right, we're going in. We're going in. Oh, it's not looking too bad, I don't think. Right, I shall speak to you all later on. Hello! Well, that's me out of there. Now, granted, it only took me an hour to get round, but I should have been out in 30 minutes. And the reason why it took twice as long is because I had to go round twice. So I got to where they check, but they, you know, you go through the process, you check in, you give them the reference number for the box that you need and the type of box that you need, and they go, yeah, we'll put a box on. A box arrives, it goes onto your goes onto the trailer. You go to check out at a different place and they go, something wrong with that box, mate. It's like, what? Well, we don't know, but you're gonna have to go round again and get that box lifted off and put another one on. So you fucking, you kidding me, aren't you? So what happened, what transpires, what's happened is that the box has been repaired and then gone back into circulation, but the part of the company that does the repairs hasn't told the part of the company that does the allocation of boxes that it's been repaired. So on the allocator system it still says that it's being repaired when it has been. So they won't take the chance, so I had to go round again, get the box lifted off and put another box on. Now that all takes time. Now thankfully there wasn't much of a queue in there, but I've been in there 3 or 4 hours. I'd have had to have abandoned the job. You know, it's just, you couldn't, and they wonder, and they it's just nightmarish. Anyway, we're done. We've got a box on. I'm going back to the yard. I've had enough. Yeah, I don't even get a night out tonight. I got back to the yard at 17:42. So I'm just going back to the yard and I'm going to leave about 6 in the morning, get up about 5:30, so I'll be well rested, or should be. just about get 11 off. I don't need fuel because I'm only going down to Littlehampton. So we're going around the outskirts to the docks on the road that the normal people go on. All these lads here parked for the night. Oh, grim. So yeah, always something. There's always something. I don't know what that bike, but it had 1800 written on the side of it. That's a monster of an engine. Over here. I'm starving hungry. Got salmon tonight. Salmon and cauliflower cheese. No less. Oh, we had. I was home last night and we had sausage, chips, big chunky chips, sausage, chips, baked beans, and a couple of fried eggs. Oh my word! That just about hit the spot. That did. That was. Sometimes you just want something normal, don't you? You know, I quite like fancy food and everything, but sometimes you just want sausage and chips. Both myself and the gorgeous Kira knocked that back, and yeah, it was good. And we broke up at Terry's chocolate. I was so full that I couldn't eat any, which is unusual for me because I like my chocolate. But Terry's chocolate orange, supposed to be for Christmas, didn't even make it into November. That's the trouble, isn't it? You buy stuff, oh, we'll buy it for Christmas, it'll be alright. No, it doesn't last, does it? It doesn't last. Well, clear so far. 5:45. I think the clocks go back this weekend, don't they? I don't know. Well, it must be. Then it'll be dark in the morning and dark at night. Yeah, because that makes a lot of sense, doesn't it? Well, it'll be a bit lighter in the morning just for a few minutes. What's he parked down there for? Oh, I saw my man in. I saw the lad in my favourite container I saw trying to get diesel into the AdBlue tank, and he's rubbed his whip. The trailers are on airbags, and when you back up to a bay you always lower them down, so you release all the air out of the back of the bags, and that puts a slope on the trailer, so it makes it easier for getting stuff out, because everything rolls out. It's got a bit of a slope on it. And it also means you don't override the bump stops in the bays, so you always drop your air out your trailer. It makes it easier for the ramps in the bays to go onto the back of the bed of the trailer, into the box. Trouble is, if you don't, so what that does is it lowers it down, but the wheel arches are resting more, because you drop the air right out of it. The wheel arches are more or less resting on the tyres, on the rear tyres. So some of the trailers as soon as you move and go forwards, it pops the lever out, and the airbags refill with air. Some of the trailers don't. So this guy has a trailer which unfortunately the lever did not pop out, so it did not inflate his airbags, because what you're supposed to do is go and check, pull forwards, close the doors up on the box, pull the lever to make sure that and check to make sure your airbags are re-inflating. Obviously this guy didn't, and he's driven off and worn some bloody big holes into the wheel arches, which is your spray suppression, which is a DVSA fine if you've got holes in your damaged or broken or non-functioning spray suppression. So yeah, he's wrecked his rear wheel arch. Now he might have said something to someone, but I could probably put money on it that he hasn't. So I'm a bit of a quandary really. I don't want to grass the bloke up, but the bloke's dangerous, I think. He shouldn't be. I don't know whether he's a new guy or new past that really doesn't have a clue, or he's just doesn't care. I don't quite understand. The downside to this is that, you know, he could go and do a trailer swap. You know, I do trailer swaps on sometimes I can go 2 or 3 weeks without a trailer swap, but it's pretty rare. And then other days I can do 2 trailer swaps in a day. What I don't want to happen is that trailer goes up somewhere, and then because it'll probably be me goes to pick that trailer up, and I can't take the trailer, which leaves me in a hole, hanging around, waiting around, which at the end of the day doesn't really, you know, what does it matter? Because you can say, what does it matter? You're getting paid. No, that's not really the point though, is it? It's not really the point. So, do you say something or not say something? Personally, I think he either needs taking to one side and having a word with, and is it a matter of training, or is it a matter that he just really doesn't care? I don't know. I'll tell you what, I wouldn't want him working for me. You weren't expecting a red light there, were you? All coming flying by. Apart from the bloke there, because he's going to run out of room. He's very close to the back end of my trailer though. Jeez. Walk out from. Pumpkin field is fully functioning. Anyway, I'm nearly back at the yard. I'll speak to you all later tomorrow.